We're joined now by SMU Offensive Coordinator Rhett Lashlee. Coach Lashlee, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Well, we are naming you to our 40 under 40 coaches. And first of all, I guess, how have you managed to have so much success at such a young age?
Well, I think, anything in life, I think life's about people. And I've been really fortunate to play for and work with some really good coaches. I mean, obviously, I'm working with Sonny Dykes now, which he's incredibly well known throughout the state of Texas, and his career speaks for itself. And Gus Malzahn, who I've worked for and played for, and then guys like Gene Chizik, who's got ties to this state, and Houston Nutt, and I could go on and on, Pat Sullivan. I've just been blessed to work with really good coaches, and I think I've been able to just learn and from those guys and other people I've worked with over the years, and I've been blessed.
Well, I think going into 2019, the biggest question is obvious. What has Shane Buechele kind of been like just since he's come on campus? He's
been great. Obviously we're limited on what we get to do with him in the summer, but just I know from working out with the team and the strength and conditioning staff's been really pleased with him, and it's just been good for him to have a summer to get with our guys, learn the system with our guys in the summer. And, we've got some really good kids that really want to win, and so we've got some good young quarterbacks too that'll be in contention for that. But having a guy with experience who started 18 games at a place like Texas to come in and just be more of that veteran voice and just he's handled himself really well, and so far so good.
Well, you talked to everybody at Texas, and even though he wasn't the starting quarterback by the time he left, everybody just always talks about how good he was for the program, what kind of leader he is, what kind of person he is. Have you guys gotten a chance to see some of that since he's arrived?
Absolutely. I mean, we saw that getting to recruit him, there for a while, and then obviously once we got him on campus, he's been exactly who we thought he would be. And that's what you like about Shane. The people that know him know he is who he is, and he's steady, and that's what we need. We need a consistent leader. And I think the deal at Texas, he handled incredibly well. Everybody loves him at Texas. He played a lot of games, did well, and I think at the end of the day, everybody realized he just was more about a fit than it was about him not playing well enough. He played really well, so we're excited and blessed to have him.
Well, with you and with also Sonny Dykes being both sort of offensive minds, how do you work together to find that sort of balance between what you know and what he knows?
Yeah, well, I think, look, anytime you have a staff full of good coaches, everybody checks their ego at the door, and you collaborate and you try to get good ideas together. And Coach Dykes has been great in letting myself and our staff just work, and he really does a good job of empowering his staff and trusting us to go do a good job. And so I've got a really good offensive staff. We sit in there and we really collaborate. And I think at the end of the day, Coach Dykes, when he hired me, he knew we're on the same page. We like to throw the ball. We know we got to score points. But we also know you got to be able to run the football to win games, and there's got to be balance. And so, I've always said, and I believe, you throw the ball to score and you run the ball to win. And so we're going to be able to do both.
Well, we wanted to try to limit 40 under 40 to one coach per program, but another guy who's under 40 who's had a lot of success is Kevin Kane.
Yeah.
What does it say about Coach Dykes that he already kind of has the faith in two pretty young guys to manage huge parts of his program?
Well, I think it just speaks to how comfortable Coach Dykes is, and comfortable in his own skin, and is comfortable in who he is. I can speak for Kevin. He's been in the business a while. We're young guys, and this is going to be my 12th year coaching, so
right.
It's kind of crazy how quick it goes. But I think for Coach Dykes to hire two coordinators that he had never worked with and didn't know, that doesn't happen a lot in this business. And I just think that shows a lot of faith in himself and being able to bring in guys and help them develop and grow as coaches.
You guys bring back a decent amount from that offense, especially obviously those wide receivers. How much growth have you seen from both James Percy and Reggie Roberson over the summer?
Yeah, James had a great year for us last year, and I think he's just continued to stay steady and improve at a good rate. Reggie Roberson's a guy that's had a fantastic spring and off season, and he wasn't mature enough and ready last year, and he had a lot of injuries, but he still did a lot of good things, and he's really raised his level just off the field in the classroom and just how he works. So we're really optimistic he can have a great year this year. And like you said, at the skill spots, I think we're in good shape. We've got a lot of other guys besides those two that can help us. Our O-line with A.J. Ricker, we're rebuilding that. I think we're making strides. And then at the end of the day, it all comes down to having, production at quarterback. And so what we like is we feel like we got a chance, and that's where it all starts.
Where do you think the biggest growth is going to come heading into your second season versus your first season?
For our team?
For your offense, especially.
Well, I just hope we're a lot more consistent. Last year we weren't really that great. There was a couple games and there was times like against Houston and others we were real explosive, and you saw flashes of what we want to be. But we were just too inconsistent. Some of that was injuries. Some of that was we had some deficiencies. Other was that probably just, a new staff, new players. I feel like we've got good culture now. We've got good continuity. The guys know what to expect. We kind of know now what to expect. I think we've like you said, trying to merge two systems together to kind of create something that we think is the best of both worlds. Is we've gone through that year of growing pains, and I think we feel good about offensively who we are and what we're going to do. And so I would just like to think we're going to be more consistent and play with better tempo. And I think the better you execute, the more tempo you can have.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations,
Absolutely.
and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you.